I've recently finished my apprenticeship in cable jointing distribution systems. I completed my apprenticeship with Power Training Services, and I work at Western Power. I decided to do an apprenticeship because both my brother and my dad are both tradespeople. Growing up, I always wanted to be just like them, and with that came, I saw the opportunity to take on an apprenticeship, and I followed as I always did and decided to take the plunge and follow them. I think the biggest advantages of doing an apprenticeship are that it's set me up for a really successful career within the power industry. It's also given me tools and skills that were far more than just operational to be able to take on to in the rest of my life and career. My training was a mixture of on-the-job and off-the-job training. On-the-job training was the main part of my training. This was able to give me real-world experience, showed me that my off-the-job training was more of a simulated perfect world situation, where my on-the-job training was able to show me the realistic expectation of my trade and the industry I work in. I would definitely recommend an apprenticeship pathway for people thinking about undergoing an apprenticeship. It's equipped me with some awesome skills, met some awesome people, just set me up for a really good career and some really good opportunities. The power industry is looking to be more renewable and reliable, and that's really exciting for a young person in the industry, being able to adapt and work with the changes of the industry.